showtime. Dynamite Download. Welcome to Dynamite Download, your source for positive coverage of all elite wrestling.
This is what pro wrestling's supposed to feel like.
Oh, you guys, positive energy.
I think that created a little moment in itself.
You're saying I have a better record than Kenny Omega and Samoa Joe, and now I'm going to have to wrestle them.
Super kick, hot time!
I've never seen someone able to break down like wrestling like he does.
You know, Mariah May, she said, boom.
My real story does connect with a lot of people.
That you need to be careful in the locker room.
I definitely think that women's wrestling has been elevated.
And with the loss of Brody, I feel like we were kind of a little bit directionless.
I was like deep diving into like cults.
Raw force.
Raw force?
Oh my god!
Amazing. I had to smack him around a few times to fully gain his respect.
You said that in front of the voice of a generation?
It was Frank match.
Awesome.
This podcast is quite frankly the dribbling shit, if I'm being quite honest.
They spread positivity about AEW.
Welcome to Dynamite Download.
Howdy. Wait, where's my POC? Lost them. But welcome everyone to Dynamite Download. We're going to get the full crew in here momentarily, but Mind Runner has been abducted for a second. But he's rebooting. I see what he's doing. He was frozen a little bit, but episode 197 on the heels of All In, an awesome week. While we're waiting for mine, I'm going to bring in the crew that was down, holding down the fort. We're going to bring in Brent Ross there. We got the American Cowboy, ALW, and then of course, Mind Runner's better half, the FTD herself. And wow, well, while we wait for him, that intro is bringing a lot of memories. I like with that. I want to even add on to it more and more because rewatching some of the videos, it was quite the week and a lot of fun. Right off the bat, FTD, what were some of your highlight moments of the weekend?
Okay, one
top three without in no particular order.
Okay, no particular order. One, Tony Storm retaining. That was best. Number two, meeting Will Hobbs and hanging out with him at the bar and then the hotel lobby. I love that. And number three, I have to say, all of you guys being there, it's made it so much fun. And special shout out to my handler, Brent. He was amazing. He was just so good to me. I mean, honestly, I think this weekend surpassed my expectations. I didn't think I knew it was going to be fun, but I didn't know how much fun it really was. I mean, I loved it. I really did.
I think you said it perfectly, surpassed expectations, because going in, I knew it would be fun, and obviously we were in for a store, a lot of great wrestling, but just I didn't expect having so much fun with everyone down there, just meeting you all for the first time and hanging with you guys, and then just randomly, just the crew growing, just randomly friends were meeting, and like you said, one of the standout moments definitely is just how humble Hobbs is and how much of a sweetheart he is, and just he more than anyone would just mingle all day and every day, and just that really surprised me. Not I didn't expect it, but just he went over and beyond what a lot of the other wrestlers did. Brent, what about you? We'll move around the circle here. Some of the top moments of the weekend.
I definitely loved seeing Thunder Rosa wrestle 3 nights in a row. For me, that was
right.
For Collision, ROH, and then on the big stage there at All In. I mean, that was awesome, seeing your favorite wrestler wrestle 3 days in a row, and then, getting to talk to her and hang out with her is always a pleasure. Which is funny what Full Tilt Deb said about how much fun it was. Thunder had asked me if I enjoyed the cruise more than All In, and
show going on.
Dynamite Download. I better get on.
Oh, dude.
There's my runner.
and the main difference between the two was you guys. I was by myself on the cruise. I mean, I had, fans to talk to and other people to meet.
Right.
That I met, but being able to hang out with you guys and, getting to meet you in real life,
we exist.
Yeah, so I mean that was, I think that really like pushed it over. It was just, it made it so much fun, and like there was so much to do. So like it was, man, it I just loved every minute of it. I just tried to soak it in as much as I can, and now I'm going through like the withdrawal and depression of not being there.
The withdrawal of the highs of the highs, and definitely still recovering on the sleep portion of that, because I mean, cumulative, I'm sure each of us maybe got I would say in 3 nights, I would say I probably got like combined 12 to 15 hours, but it was so worth, like I wasn't tired because there's so much going on and your adrenaline in my soul. But Aaron, man, you came down there. What day did you arrive? Friday, right?
Yeah,
just
Friday
in time for Starcast. So Friday and Saturday, whirlwind 48 hours. So what were some key standout moments? I have a feeling I know one of them for sure, but what were some real key standout moments and stuff that maybe surprised you as well?
Number one was getting a picture of that Hangman. That's number one for me. Second, Hangman winning the title. And third, of course, meeting all you guys. Even though I had a friend of mine that tagged along, it was so much more fun to tag along with y'all in the group, meet other people, even meeting other on the X that follow me. One guy just was like, "Yo, it's Aaron." I was like, "Who are you?" And he shows me. I was like, "Oh, that guy." It's cool. So that was those 3 are the key moments, for me. And of course, throwing in there, meeting all the wrestlers, getting to talk to Hobbs, Kevin Knight, get a picture with Speedball and many others, James Storm, Matt Cardona, going to the GCW show, seeing a lot of blood. I mean, that was that video I shared of the one of the blood man. That's at 2.5 million views right now on my TikTok.
Damn.
Yes. And it has over 73,000 likes. And
yeah, I've scarred my brain about 3 or 4 too many times rewatching that and showing that to people. Courtney, unfortunately, we tried our best to get Deb to meet Brian Danielson, but he was preoccupied. However, as Stephen brought up, I would say, next time, Aaron, you have to. The karaoke night is a 100% can't miss type of night, because it is a very intimate setting. Our guy Brent got to sing with as you can tell, the Daniel Garcia, which actually we have a full video of that. We should upload that to our YouTube. Him and Daniel Garcia rocked Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten. The crowd was popping for that for sure. But the karaoke night definitely is a can't miss opportunity, because, like I said, there's not a lot of people, and you never know who's going to show up. You had a duet.
You never know.
There we go. You never know who's going to show up. Speaking of, we're talking about the karaoke night right now. However, never know who's going to show up randomly. You have the duet between 2 of my all-time favorites, Danielson and Ospreay singing Backstreet Boys. And then Thunder did such a great job hosting it, to keeping the wheels on track and everything like that. But it was just fun, because you're once again mingling with the crowd. We got to meet the Outrunners that night. We all got a little more tan and oily that night from meeting them, but and jacked. But mine, we were going around the circle, and without particular order, what were some of the top 3 moments or top moments of your week down there? If you could narrow some down, I know it's tough.
It's so tough, because just from the start, from getting to finally meet the Dynamite Download crew, finally face to face. I mean, that was a highlight as well. Just there were so many random encounters too, not just the official meet and greets, but like just bumping into wrestlers at the Sheraton, bumping into them here and there. Yeah. Collision was a highlight, because we had such great seats. We were right there. In fact, you can actually see, if I went back and watched Collision, a lot of Dynamite Download jersey folks.
That's right, my big red shirt.
Yeah, you were right behind Statlander and Shivani. That was, I'd say, the Collision was actually a really big highlight, because
I thought Mox was going to swing at me because he was so close and staring a hole through me. I think
there's a great
like
shot of
red
where he went right up to you. The meet and greets themselves were awesome. I've got a whole bunch of slides we can run through that highlight them, but of meeting the Iconics, I think was fantastic. I got to meet them on Saturday, and that was so cool. I've been a fan of them since they're in WWE, and that was really cool. And I think just the interactions with Powerhouse Hobbs, out of every AEW wrestler was fantastic, very personal. They, even when they felt you could tell it might be a little bit intruding, all of the wrestlers were there they were willing to get a picture with you, get a selfie. But Powerhouse Hobbs made an effort to be genuine with everybody. He went around to each person and just made sure that he thanked them for supporting. I mean, he was truly, out of everybody, he was the most genuine. Not knocking everybody else. I wasn't saying anybody else isn't genuine. Everybody was. But Powerhouse Hobbs stood out to me. And, of course, that's my lovely wife's new BFF. Isn't that right, honey?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I love him. He was just amazing. Just amazing.
Yeah, and he wanted to take you out on the dance floor on the karaoke night.
Right.
But...
That's right. Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that at all.
Yeah, you don't want to spine buster through the floor.
Maybe I do.
I don't know.
I got team.
I got slammed by. I said I got slammed by him one time, and it's pretty rough. So
yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, Hobbs is amazing.
So should we pull up the all-in pictures and show everybody?
Yeah, this will be like our little highlight slideshow. I know some of you have been following us on social channels. We did our best to keep everyone in the loop and kind of showcase some of the key moments. But this was literally seconds after we walked into the hotel and we were checking in, and we saw the table, and of course had to get behind the announce table.
Yep, I love this. There we go. The three boys right there. We got the general in the middle, and you got the young bucks, the Dukes of Dynamite at the All In Texas. You got the Double or Nothing chip behind us.
That's right.
That was fantastic. I love that moment. And then we got to meet Sting, sort of.
Doppelstinger.
Doppelstinger. Was it faux Sting?
I got a picture of Sting.
What'd you say?
A lot of my friends back at home really thought I got a picture of Sting. I had to break the news. Nah, I was like, it's close.
Well,
he looks really good.
I like how he made an effort. Yeah. I like how he made an effort to tell everybody, I'm not the real Sting. Like, everybody would come up. So he wasn't trying to pretend. But there were so many people that were like, it's Sting. I mean, even I at first, he got me at first. I'm like, I can't believe Sting is just sitting here in face paint, just sitting in the lobby. I mean, the real JR was sitting there in the lobby. I mean, was checking in. So I wasn't that surprised. But
this guy's 100% committed 24/7. I mean, we saw him at breakfast time like this, way past midnight like this. So the Doppelstinger, maybe legally he's got to say, I'm not Sting, because he gets such a close thing, copyright infringement.
I wonder how long it take to put that faceplate on.
Aaron, that's permanently tattooed on there for now.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he was at ringside at just about every event.
He was at all of them.
Yep. And of course, the DX. I have just one question: are you ready?
I mean, it is missing the X. So what better X to do than that X?
That was perfect.
That was fantastic. And more pictures here. We got our commentary team. We had to do the commentary pose. Brent doing his best Excalibur. I thought I'm on the wrong side, but I guess I'm doing Taz and SBD, or am I Shivani and SBD is Taz? I don't know.
I'm Taz, but I'm the man with the black hat in that one potentially. So filling in. Well, it was a cool moment when we were outside Globe Life Field was when we ran into some Mexican correspondents and other fellow podcasters that we swapped interviews with, which we got to look up their channel and tag them and talk to and see if they posted our little segment when they interviewed us. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was cool. Once again, just mingling throughout the grounds, throughout the hotels, throughout the area, and just running into fans and people. The location I felt was so great. Having that Texas Live there. I've been to when I was at All Out in Chicago, everything was so spread out. Like you had to go like drive 20 minutes to a different hotel for like the meet and greet StarCast, and you had to go over here for another thing, then the event. And it's so like everything was really centrally located. So they did a great job with that, in my opinion. And moving forward, I think that will play into the effect of attending to another one. If there's like another big weekend like this, if everything's logistically close, like that'd be more appealing as a fan to go to versus having to drive and go walk all a million different spots. The only downfall was the Dynamite and Collision in a completely 45-minute different city away. Other than that, that was the only downfall of logistic wise.
Speaking of which,
Speaking of that, there you go.
Colware Center was a bit of a drive, but we made it there in time. Again, the seats were fantastic. Look at us chilling here right before we went in. And what I loved about this, I still crave popcorn walking in.
I was just going to, I can still smell that buttered popcorn.
Oh, you just walk in and it's like the whole place is just smells like buttered popcorn. It was just so great. And the air conditioning was fantastic. And like you said, we had great seats. And at the end, we got Deb got to get a hug from her favorite luchador. Check out this pic right here. Look, this shows you where our seats were. The commentary desk is like right there to the right where you see the dude walking. But look at Hologram just coming in and showing Dynamite Download some love. That's right. Brent, how good were the seats, man?
Oh my gosh. I mean, like we were like touching the wrestlers, like you could see. I mean, I thought it was cool. Like you just said, mine that you right behind Chris Statlander when she came out. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. This was such a great show. I mean, granted, it wasn't All In. All In was incredible, but even All In, we had great seats where we were. But this was just phenomenal. Just be able to be in the arena like this. There's some picks from some of the. These are some of my favorite picks, and you can see some of these. A couple are from the official meet and greets. But also just walking around, running into wrestlers here and there. I got to get Penelope Ford was great, and Hologram was great. Willow was fantastic. Willow had a line of people. Like there's so many wrestlers that had a line of people for their meet and greets out the door. But also running into Prince Nana, and there's Deb and her BFF, her second husband, if you will. And I had to put in you were talking about earlier, the karaoke night, Takeshita with Thunder. Takeshita singing Friday I'm in Love by The Cure was just incredible.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. That was definitely, he did very good. And talk about someone who is over with the fans, Takeshita. Wow, man, the pop he got for karaoke and even the cheers during the events, man. It's coming, as we've talked about on our show for weeks, of Takeshita going to be slowly turning into babyface after his G1 tournament. But a funny thing, when I was outside in like the Uber pickup or valet drop off, I was on the phone with my wife, and someone was like behind me, and Nana was walking towards me, and he goes, Mitch, and pointed, and I thought he was saying bitch and pointing at me. And so I'm like, what? And I'm on the phone, and then he walks past me and he goes like to this guy. He's like, what's up, Mitch? And so I wanted to, if I got a chance to say something to him, I wanted to mention that. I'm like, what? I thought he was calling me a bitch. Like,
bitch.
So that was pretty funny. I never got to mention it to him, but that was a funny moment. I remember.
I got to toss it to Mark Briscoe. Not only was he great at the meet and greets, but we also had a great pick. You had a great candid picture with him by the pool. That was awesome. Got to speak to both Mina and Yuka Sakazaki, Mrs. Takeshita, as it were. Both of them were awesome. I tried some of my Japanese. Gomendasai to everybody for my terrible Japanese. It was very atrocious. My favorite pick of the entire week, though, is right here. Worth the price. I know I paid a pretty penny for this one, but it was so worth it to be in the bask in the glory of timeless Toni Storm and her fearless butler, Luther. But I wanted to get to these are the picks that I really enjoy, these candid picks. There's There's the Dukes of Dynamite. I think this was at the karaoke. Maybe
that was at GCW.
Oh, that's right. That was GCW.
Yeah.
And I want to get to. We'll come to some of these in a second. I want to go to. Here's a couple of my favorites from.
Hey, SPD, no shades.
Look at Shay. Oh no. Yeah. Hi. I forgot to. I should probably blur that out. We got that one. But yeah, look at Mark Briscoe just being cool right by the pool. Got a great picture right there.
Right after that, he gave me a karate kick or karate chop to the chest, and I fell in the pool.
that redneck kung fu.
Yeah, redneck kung fu chop.
And there is the inspiration, the icon. This is such an iconic picture. This was my favorite meet and greet. They were so cool and fun. We really hit it off, and yeah, I'm looking for. I want them to come to AEW once they get those tag team titles. And
what are they doing? Are they in a promo right now?
They're currently with TNA, and they're actually in a storyline with the for the tag team titles at TNA. And I'm sure that they're going to run that course for a little while. But once AEW gets their women's tag team titles, I think we could definitely see them sliding in. I think that would be awesome.
100%.
My childhood heroes, Brent, our childhood heroes were there. The youngest men alive. Deb got to meet them. Everybody. I have their action figures when I was a kid. I had their Bendy action figures. The youngest men alive, the Outrunners. And look at how cool and sexy Truth looks with my wife Deb. That's Deb's third husband, Truth Magnum. And the advice that he gave us is that the best way to win is to not lose. And I think that's words of advice. Good stuff there. I want to see if we can fly some. Oh, Deb, why don't you tell us about your smoking buddy, your other BFF?
Okay, I had such a good talk with Big Bill. Oh my goodness, I didn't even know it was him. We went outside, or I went outside to have a cigarette, and my handler was not with me that time. But I went outside and I was talking to him. We talked about he's a Yankees fan. Obviously, I'm a Cubs fan. We talked about he went to the World Series. He talked about his lovely wife, Lexi. I mean, we just really kind of had a great non-fan kind of chit-chat outside of the Sheridan. It was wonderful. I was so happy. And that was I think that was Thursday night. And then Friday, I didn't even know this, the Yankees played the Cubs and walloped them. 12-0. You know what I mean? I think it was that next day. I didn't even know they were playing. But anyway, I got to have a really nice conversation with him. He is such a nice guy. And I really like him a lot.
Salt of the earth, that one, definitely. Got it. I want to get to again. Here's another cool encounter. Jet Speed. They were just coming through. Kevin Knight. He's embracing that country style there. I thought that was cool. And then SPD. You got to meet the Boom.
I mean, how could you not? I mean, that was like one of the top must meets of the week for sure. Big Boom AJ.
How was it meeting Big Boom AJ?
I mean, I would have to give that. Yeah, I would give the meeting a 5 big boobs. Boom, 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 boom. As ridiculous as it is, I mean, it is very over the top ridiculous. However, we heard the crowd, and both at the meet and greet stuff as well as the All In, and he does a fantastic job promoting and cross branding stuff. But no, he didn't offer me a double chunk chocolate cookie. I should have had some on reserve. We should have brought some just in case.
Right.
Missed opportunities. Next time we go there.
Next time we stop at Walmart again.
Yeah, double chunk chocolate cookies. I didn't get a picture with him, but one of my also standout moments of meeting was Bandito. And so I came across him, I guess I shouldn't, maskless multiple times. And, those luchadors are very lucky that they get to kind of roll incognito, I guess, unless you have a bunch of tattoos like a Rey Fenix or a Penta or whatever it may be. But Bandito, first night after Collision two guys got in the elevator with me, and I was looking at them, and I was like, I mean, for sure they're wrestlers, and I was like, I couldn't place it. I'm like, who is this? And he was like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. And it was like very, very personable, very friendly, and just a nice guy overall. And then throughout the weekend, I saw him about 3 or 4 or 5 more times, multiple elevator rides. Then right away, I put it together, and then he was just super cool. And even I was just complimenting all his matches and stuff. And it wasn't like he was trying to hide himself, but he was him and his brother were really nice guys, and definitely a standout moment. And that was one shocking thing is I didn't realize he was not as big as I expected, because he kind of feels bigger on TV with the way he wrestlers.
Yeah.
With the way, even though he's short, I would say 5'7"-ish, 5'8", he seems like, I thought he was like 6 foot, especially the way he wrestles and the way his power is in the ring. But like when we saw in the 8-man tag, which we'll talk about later, last night's show, I was kind of paying close attention to the height differential between some of the other wrestlers. So I was like, okay. But yeah, that's one of those things, that's always been the case in wrestling, is like overbilling people's height and weights and things like that.
It just occurred to me too. Bandito's gimmick is a wanted poster.
Yeah.
With it covering his face and hat and everything and mask and everything. So if he wants to get away from the cops, he just needs to take his mask off. No one will know it's him.
There you go.
It's like, yeah, it's like he's free. The arena. Let's go to Aaron real quick here. When you walked into the arena, Aaron, what did you think of what was your first experience walking in to this arena, and how did you feel?
Oh, I thought it was amazing. The set was beautiful. Seats, walking in, it was just kind of, I guess breathtaking at first, because I was like, man, this is awesome. And just the thought, I can't believe I'm here, and just being blessed to be able to have the finances to go and have fun. I mean, it was great. It was a great time. Everything, the set looked great, the ring, and being able to see everything live and experience it in person. It was a whole different feeling than watching it on TV. That's for sure.
And the guy in the gray is not Darby Allin's cousin. That is actually DA. He is the DA, also the tweeter. He is also the beef master, because Brent, Deb, and I on Sunday went and had Texas Day Brazilian Steakhouse on his recommendation. Right. Unbelievable.
Please thank him for us. Seriously.
I told him.
So good.
I told him what y'all said.
Was this your first time there?
First time ever. Yes.
Oh, it's like amazing. You should have kept going like the meat chant. Meat.
I couldn't, because my mouth was stuffed the whole time. I'm like, I couldn't say no. They're like, I'm full. I'm like, oh, I can't eat more. And they'll come over. Would you like the smoked brisket with bacon? Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah.
I think there was something wrong with my card. It had green on both sides. It kept staying on green. I don't know what was going on with that. There was something going on. Brent, what did you think of the arena?
Oh my gosh, it was like you're walking into heaven. You know what I mean? It was just like, it's just so open. You go in there and like, man, the presentation was WrestleMania. You know what I mean? It was it was so big. It was just so awesome. Like just to be there, and like you said, those seats we had were pretty awesome.
Yes.
Because we had a lot of like, it looked like wrestling families and wrestlers were just sitting with us.
Yeah, and we had a great spot too, because like there was like the main walkthrough behind where the floor seats were, but we were like right there. Like there was like a dugout. But like everybody kept walking by. We kept seeing independent wrestlers that were there. Sammy came by with Luna at one point.
Ranger Man was there.
Ranger Man.
Ranger Man
is the man. The one picture that I got to swipe it from Instagram. But one of my favorite pictures was all of us at the barbecue place, including Ranger Man at the head of the table at the end. Ranger Man is a superhero. He is the official superhero of Arlington, Texas. He was flying around, stopping crimes and just making everybody feel good. And our hats off to Ranger Man. Also, we'll find out how he's doing in the draft here shortly. But I thought that was fantastic. We got to see Ranger Man. And then afterwards, of course, it's raining, but we took shelter in this. There it is. Can we get you on here real quick? There it is.
We'll post some of these photos on our Instagram too, but yeah, some of our highlights there. Oh yeah, it started raining there. Oh yeah, the Reach for the Sky. That's another one. I wish that was Scorpio Sky's theme song too. It would work perfectly. Yeah. But yeah, you guys ran into just one of those things. We were running into the frat house nonstop too. Saw Preston Vance, former guy who was featured on our show many years ago. We interviewed him. Would see him all over the place. Had beer with him and Johnny Hungy for a little while. But yeah, just shooting the breeze with people. Everyone's just so nice.
Yeah, everyone was so nice.
Other than MJF,
that's a good thing. Well, we didn't see him, so it was all good. But right, we didn't see him.
I saw him outside, and he didn't say anything to me. I was gonna say something to him, because he's said some stuff to us before, but he was surrounded by a lot of AEW people and security, and so I didn't want to ruffle any feathers right then and there.
No. Do you remember when we were in the pool and you yelled "Happy Birthday" to, was it Shelton Benjamin?
Yeah.
He was walking into that little sign-in place, and he came back out and he waved to you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was really cool. Yeah, that was a neat little crazy moment. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was excited.
No, yeah. You forget about so many little things like that, for sure.
Yeah.
And here we go. The whole crew right here, right in front of Globe Life Field. Everybody was there. We have from left to right, SBD, Brent, the DA Beefmaster, Full Tilt Deb, American Cowboy, AA Ron, and then, of course, Mind Runner himself. If you haven't had a chance to see on Instagram, by the way, you got to check out our officially approved and sanctioned by Austin Gunn, our tribute to the Bang Bang Gang. Good stuff. Make sure you check it out. And
how perfect was that?
I know, right?
Do you have the full video of it on Drive or what? Or I'll pull it up or something. But I would definitely. Saw it on the. You weren't there because you were getting rebooted. But the intro added it to. Great job on that. Mind Runner loved it. It's just reminiscent on some of the key highlights, and that's just the thing. That next up, man, we got to get another show on the books. I mean, I love that they're doing these residencies. I think it's a cool idea. But eager to see what's in store for the rest of the year and where they're going to be booking out shows.
They better come back to Norfolk. Sorry.
Yes. No. In fact, I think we're a smaller venue, but we're very powerful. I mean, we're very loud and rowdy. So I think, I think, and it is Virginia, so that's Hangman territory. I think we should have full gear. We should lobby to get full gear in Norfolk. I mean, it's not as big as some of these other places, but that's kind of what AEW is doing right now. Is focusing more on those smaller venues.
Well, speaking of crowd, you're talking. Someone on the chat on Instagram was asking how the crowd felt because it's different being there versus how it portrays on TV with miking and all that. Like last night's Dynamite crowd was awesome. A little over 1,000 compared to our 25K plus at Globe Life Field. Aaron, what did you think? How the crowd was, and what stood out for your biggest pops of the night?
Oh. Like I said, being there was a real experience. A lot of people have said things online about the crowd. One of them in particular said something about Darby didn't get a pop, which that is false. Maybe not on TV. It didn't sound like it, but once everyone saw it was Darby, the crowd popped. I mean, it took a minute because, of course, he's coming down from the top, but once they saw it was him, I mean, the crowd popped. And then when Hangman won the title, as soon as John Moxley tapped, I mean, I lost my voice almost. Like, I'm still recovering from screaming so loud. Like, just hearing the crowd, the roar of the crowd, not just during that match, but when it was Okada and Omega. Just, the back and forth chants of that, we're not worthy. This is awesome. Fight forever. All the great chants they do, and then same thing for when it was Mercedes Moné, Tony Storm, how they were in it. CEO Tony Storm. It was just a great atmosphere there. I mean, just the energy was through the whole 7 hours. The energy was all the way through, and
it didn't even feel like
that sat through 7 hours rest until it got right near the main event. I'm like, it's almost 8 o'clock. We've been here since 1. Like
12:30 because of the buy-ins. Yeah,
it was awesome, and I've seen a lot of people online like talking like it was too long. Well, no, it was great. It was not too long. I could have waited 1 more hour. I could have waited another hour.
Yeah,
like I didn't want it to end. I was like, let's do another match. Let's go.
Yeah, we were all like, "Is it over? It's over!" And it's like, "Well, we've been here for almost 8 hours," but it was like it didn't feel like it. It flew by.
I'm so glad it was during the day. I know I told you guys about Alto, but it just as a fan, like I would have been exhausted at midnight, 11, 1, whatever at the time it ended. But I'm so glad it started at that time because we were able to do more stuff, hang out, go to the after party, and still like be functional, even though I got 3 hours of sleep before my flight in the morning. But my friend mentioned something. He goes to a lot of those stadium shows. He loves stadium shows, but it's just the roof height. It's tough because you have the height of the roof, the sound traveling. And so granted, it was loud and everyone was wild and the chants were great, but having a more like when we were at Collision, like the chants felt louder because of more enclosed space, even though we weren't 25,000 people. The Danielson pop to me with the yes chants was one of the loudest of the night. The Tony Storm pop for her winning was definitely one of the loudest. Cope, and then of course, cherry on top, Hangman. But I felt like it was just, I expected it to be like deafening, but it makes sense because of the between where we sat to the roof was, it had to be a couple 100 feet plus because it's a baseball stadium. You have balls that travel very high and you don't want them to hit the roof. So that's the only, not a downfall by any means, but it might have reflected online or watching on TV of not being a loud crowd.
Hey, Deb, you're used to balls flying pretty high. Are you? What were your thoughts on the acoustics in
TMI?
Globe Life Field? I mean, there did seem to be competing chants. So.
You are correct, my husband. But anyway, I really was happy that it was enclosed and that there was air conditioning because it was really hot. It was really humid because it had rained off and on and the humidity had gone up. And boy, when we walked in there, it had been a cool 72 degrees. It was beautiful, It was very open, which I really liked. It wasn't like people on people, that sort of thing, at least our seats. I have to say the vendors were incredible. I quite enjoyed my brisket tacos and my hot dog and my cotton candy and my Ranger's boot, of popcorn. That was really cool. But no, I really liked it. I could definitely, now as a Cubs fan, I would so go to that stadium and see a game. I think it was really cool. I really liked it. And let's not forget, I want to go back to this, the pops when Juice Robinson came out.
Yeah.
Okay. That was, everyone went crazy over that. And then the Guns came out and that was amazing. And I don't know. I thought it was incredible. And I love this recap that we're doing because it makes me get that giddy high again. You know what I mean? Remembering it. So it's really cool.
Brent, what did you feel like personally was some of the loudest moments of the night?
Oh, geez. What's funny? You said the Bryan Danielson thing. Did you know that WWE asked him to stop doing that, and he deliberately went in there to do that?
Good for him.
I thought that was just so punk rock. When I heard that, that was huge. I'm trying to think. I mean, I remember Timeless Tony Storm doing the 3 Storm Zeros and like Mercedes kicking out. Oh man, that I thought the crowd, because I mean, you just thought it was going to be over, and her kicking out, you thought, oh, she's going to lose now, and she didn't. So I know, right?
I'm so happy.
And both the gauntlet matches, those were exciting,
Yes.
Oh, the pop that Athena got, right?
Oh my gosh! I mean, yeah, geez. When I was at ROH, I mean, it was nuts to see, how hot she is, because I don't think a lot of people realize that over the past 1,000 days. I mean, I remember when she won the ROH title, and it seems like years ago. Well, it was years ago. So so it's awesome that she's going to get her flowers, and it's awesome that like the crowd is really behind her, even though she beat my favorite, which I was super sad about. But it was, I mean, if anyone's have seen that match yet, that match is amazing.
I still haven't rewatched it, but I want to for sure.
There's DA.
Oh, Spurs. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunately like I don't know if you guys have been seeing some of the stuff of some of the injuries that we've had come out.
No, I haven't heard anything. What's going on?
I mean, this is just dirt sheets and stuff that Joe is taking some time off for some promotion he's doing. Osprey's a little banged up. He's going to be Mina broke her hand. So who knows what they're going to do with that ROH TV title? Are they going to relinquish that again for a second time and get another champ or what? So they're buying themselves a little time. So we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, I mean, it was a busy week of wrestling. Some wrestlers, gave it all. They went all in, and I'm sure every one of them who maybe banged up a little bit said it's worth it 100%.
I think I can't believe I'm going to say this, and please understand this is like the ugliest supermodel comparison. It's like they're all beautiful. Like all the matches were fantastic. I actually feel like the weakest match, and I say this with all the due respect for both wrestlers, the weakest match of All In was the Omega Okada match, and I thought it was great. But it was like compared to everybody showing up for what they had, it was like, I don't know if it was because it was in between that incredible Toni Storm Mercedes match and the main event, which although was very bloody, SPD and I can tell you it wasn't the bloodiest thing we saw that weekend. I purposely did not include any GCW pictures because they're not. We would get kicked off of YouTube for some of those shots.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was, and I say it was great. I thought Kenny did fantastic, Okada did fantastic, but it was a good match among epic matches the whole night, and I just thought the whole thing was great. And kind of something Brent had mentioned during the weekend, and it stuck with me. There's something about celebrating, marking out with fellow fans, and us being the Dynamite Download family together, enjoying it together, made it that much more enjoyable. I mean, I would have enjoyed it by myself, but it was like with everybody there, it was just that much more fun. And then getting to sit and have brisket afterwards, and hiding from the rain, and just the whole weekend experience. I'm sad that it's over, but I'm so glad it happened.
100%. And like Deb said earlier, it's like exceeded definitely all expectations for sure. But it was such a fun show, and AEW is definitely cooking with fire right now and cooking with gasoline. And that leads us into last night's show. And I was honestly very curious of how this was going to go on the heels of probably their biggest US show ever. Their biggest gate, I think they said ever in the US, but just so many accolades. AEW showed that little video package of all the accolades that happened all weekend long, and we were part of history, which was awesome. And then you have to follow it up. And it's kind of unique. You have your largest AEW attended show to one of your smallest one on purpose, not because people aren't showing up, but they booking the venue small. And I know I spoke to a couple of wrestlers. I asked them, I was like, how do you feel about these smaller venues? And both of the ones I talked to said they love it. They love the intimacy. They love it. The crowd's great. Obviously, there's nothing like going out in front of 25K chanting your name or screaming, Metalingus and, things like that. Like, that's got to just be chills. But same thing, just small but mighty. Last night's show. So FTD, how did you feel the show kicked off with that Hangman promo? Was it a good victory speech?
Yes, I think it was. I liked how it seemed like he veered, how they were talking about you deserve it. And he turned it around to, you guys deserve it. And I thought it was really good. When Hangman won the last time, they, came to Norfolk. That was his first show. And the Dark Order had him out and everything. And then Bryan Danielson came out and turned heel. And I thought that took away from his whole, thing. This I liked. He had it all to himself. He said the right things. It was really good. And I got to tell you, I was shocked that him and Mox and the other guys wrestled last night in that tag thing. I was shocked because I thought, my God, they've got to be so beat up and so exhausted from that weekend and meet and greets and the match and everything. And then to fly to Chicago and then to wrestle again on Wednesday night, that blew me away. And I really like that. I like that a lot.
I love that this whole event took place at Casa Bonita. The background just looks fantastic. Just like Steven said in there, it looks like Casa Bonita from South Park. I thought that was fantastic.
Not to be overly picky, I love the small venue vibe, like the one in New York, which I used to actually go to church in that building, Hammerstein Ballroom, as Jericho says. But I feel like they missed the opportunity. They still have opportunity to light up each one of those pillars or light up those balconies, kind of have different lights and different things. I think would add a little bit more aesthetic to it, but that's just overly picking. All right, Aaron, Hangman guy, number one. That's your pick on your team. How has his victory lap last night? How was it for you?
Oh man, it was a great promo. Hearing him talk about the revolution that when AEW first started, how us fans had just kept it going. When many said that this company wouldn't last 5 years, well, we're going on 6 years. So, and then him talking about, us fans deserve the AEW World Championship, and him talking about, him a grown man crying and all that. He's a grown man, he cried. So what? Grown man, you cry, I cry too. Who cares? And then him thanking his wife, thanking the fans and everything, and then just the mic drop at the end that he's the world champion of the effing world. That one just is the icing on the cake to me, in my opinion. It really fired me up, and I was glad that he even wrestled. I mean, just props to him and Hangman for coming out and wrestling. 4 days after that brutal match. That shows how tough and how tough these guys are, and that they're warriors. That they're just going to keep fighting and keep showing up, and pretty much they won't they won't show up if they're you have to kill them to not show up. They're going to show up week in and week out, and I'm glad that promo just really set the tone for me, not only for his world title run, but the rest of the year. And I'm excited. I can't wait for next week. I can't wait for the Forbidden Door, who he will face at Forbidden Door. Hopefully he'll face somebody all out, and the shows after. And I really hope he holds this title for at least 6 months. I mean, at least, good because that, I don't want a short title run. I'm going to enjoy every second of this, but I don't want a short title run. But it was a great promo. Love it.
I agree.
Dude's hanging on to that title for a long time. It's going to be a long Hangman run. I'm sure of it.
I hope so. The options are limitless with people in the chat. Like, I would love to see. Obviously, MJF has got that title shot, but I would love to see him fight the likes of Roosh, Archer again,
Gabe Kidd.
Yeah, Gabe Kidd. And, I can't believe, whether he's selling it or not, the limping around in the main event, and Moxley, just any of those just standing, especially after that main event that was about 36-ish, 38 minutes. I mean, just absolutely brutal. The first match of the night, though, I loved it, man. This match, Mascara Dorado versus Kyle Fletcher, which we all thought Fletcher was going to win that TNT title, and that was definitely quite a swerve there. This one, I was so pumped for. Like, I was like, okay, why is this match happening? But holy cow, I think it stole the show right off the bat. It set the tone. Brent, how did you feel about this? Because I was just like jaw on the floor with both guys. The chemistry was there, and Dorado was like, holy cow. And Taz is like, this guy's done more moves than I've ever done in my life.
I know.
Or something like
I know, right, man? Oh, man, it caught me off guard because, I'd never heard of a Dorado there before. Is this his first time wrestling in AEW?
No.
Okay.
When they did the CMLL, he had come and done some things. When they did that.
Yeah, that collaboration there.
I remember it because it was Mascara.
Yeah. But these two guys, man, I think this was the match of the night. I think Dorado is my guy of the night if I had to pick. I mean, geez, oh man, yeah, like you said, SPD, it was just like nonstop. He was doing like the way he moves in between the ropes when he's like thrown in and he's like going in between the turnbuckle and coming up. The way he jumped off the post onto the ropes, it was just, I just loved it. I thought it was great. And, Kyle Fletcher, I mean, yeah, these two guys, it's like I could probably watch them wrestle every night.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hands down, the chemistry was there, and just the offense, the creativity in the offense of Dorado. And, we speak so highly of Fletcher because the guy he's like total package, he can sell so great. His promo work is just incredible. His offense is brutal by all means. I mean, he walks with the swagger, he talks with the swagger, and after the match, he's called him out. And I think I like the path that rather than him winning with a audible, why not give Dustin a run? Because Dustin's going to tear the house down and give 100% blood, sweat, and tears for this defenses that he's going to have. But then you can have, I think maybe you said that, Mind Runner, almost like the legend killer type of stuff, the run like that. So he is definitely next in the queue. Another thing I was kind of thinking is Fletcher being punished for what he did to Cole. Like, do you think that's the case? If so, like, if he is, why would he still be featured on? Do you think at all he's being punished at all, Mind Runner?
I don't think so. I don't think Tony operates that way. I don't think the locker room philosophy is like that because accidents happen. I'd like to think that's not the case. Now, granted, maybe so, but I think it was the swerve decision because they're in Texas, and like him or not, Dustin has stepped up. We've said this before on the show. Dustin is the go-to. He's the workhorse. He's the go-to guy. He's the one that Tony has called in to step in. He stepped in so many times to fill in and have this match. And one of the things I've said about Dustin Rhodes, whether you love the guy or not, 56 years old, you can ask him at 4:00 to do a match at 6:00, and he'll not only be ready for it, he'll have the whole thing planned out, and he'll cut an incredible, heartwarming promo for it. And that's why I think this was such a great moment to have in Texas. And it was one of those moments where, yes, it's terrible about Adam Cole, but this was one of those you had to bring the crowd back after that sad moment. You had to bring them back with this happy moment, and what a better way. And here's the thing. All of us thought Kyle Fletcher was going to beat Adam Cole before he pulled out. And then everybody, I think most of us thought it was going to be Kyle Fletcher getting the dub here. And to have it swerve into Dustin winning in Texas was such a great moment. And it shocked. I mean, we all looked at each other when it happened. We all went like, what? Everybody was like surprised. But then it made sense because it was in Texas and and his family came out. Dude was in tears. For 56-year-old Dustin Rhodes, and here's a fun fact. This is the first singles championship he has won in 24 years.
Wow.
In 24 years. Now, so giving him his kudos, his flowers, whatever you want to call it, I think is important. My only fear now, though, is I don't know. I'm not sure about the picture I selected here. I mean, this could have multiple meanings. You think Sky Blue sees this sometimes? I don't know. But anyways, I do think that I hope.
Yeah, to roll tonight.
I hope they don't take. I hope that Dustin's reign isn't just short. Like, I hope it wasn't just a courtesy title run, but I do think Kyle Fletcher's going to be relentless in pursuing Dustin and making him pay for stealing his shot. I would like to see Sammy get involved in this.
Yeah, I was just going to say Sammy versus Fletcher will be an awesome match.
Sammy versus Fletcher would feed families. Also, maybe a little bit of tease. A little bit of a tease that maybe Sammy might tease a heel turn and break up their.
I mean, we saw though the look he had on there; he wasn't fully embracing. So, I mean, they've had a great run as tag team champs, and I've liked the Sons of Texas gimmick. But I could see it, maybe the jealousy or whatever. But Dustin is now our belt collector. He's got 3 belts. 3 belts, Dustin. I like the way you're going with that. Man, the EVPs, Aaron, what did you think of the Aaron and Deb, like the way that the former EVPs were handling Dynamite? First off, though, someone with the AEW graphics department or whatever, they did some mishaps because right away they put EVP under Swerve and Ospreay, and if you go on their roster page, they're not EVPs, and Swerve tweeted out not an EVP. So that was kind of an oopsie, but this was freaking hilarious. Aaron, what'd you think of this? Like everything from getting dropped off to their locker room.
Oh, I thought it was great, and especially the entrance. Like they come out, all of a sudden the little they changed the Titantron to the not EVPs and all. That was funny. I thought that was really good, and then them getting parked and everything, and then the banner there. I'm curious where this storyline is going to go, especially with Swerve and Will. I actually thought they were, that's what they were going by now, the new EVPs, but maybe that was like a Photoshop edit by somebody. If somebody posted something that was looked like it was on the website. But
it was, because I checked it when I saw that. It was on the website for a while, EVP under Ospreay and Swerve, and I checked today before the show, and it's no longer there.
Yeah. I wonder why they changed it. So that was pretty good. I'm curious of where this is going to take the Young Bucks. How long they're going to keep running with this, and will they regain their title back, or will they turn babyface down the road? I mean, who knows? But I thought it was funny. I thought it was great to see, and for them to follow up from with something from them losing that match. I thought that was a really nice touch.
I think they should have had like what they do with Orange Cassidy, just one little pew pyro go off instead
That's
of
what
nothing.
I thought was going to happen. Yeah.
Or like someone come out with a sparkler.
That would have been good. These guys
like
are
how
such
Gilbert, when they did the Gilbert gimmick, they had like sparklers, I think, or something like that. Like that's their new pyro, is little sparklers. What did you think of this new the new gimmick of the Young Bucks, Deb?
I gotta give it to them. These guys are amazing. I mean, we hate them as heels, but they do so well. They're such incredible wrestlers. I mean, the tag team together, the way that they are and the way they play off of each other and wrestle together, they're amazing. And this whole deal with, the crappy car they came in and they had to get their own luggage, and, they didn't really have a decent, locker room. And then Renee kind of giving them a little bit of, lip and everything, and how they came out with no pyro. I thought that was just amazing. I am highly entertained. I appreciate everything that they do. I really do. And I love it. And I am kind of like, trying to figure out, how are they going to work out with Don Callis? Like, is Don Callis going to screw them over? You know what I mean? Like, embarrass them? Or is he really going to take them in, and we're going to have this, everybody's going to be either Don Callis family or Death Riders or something? I don't know. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I don't know. But,
well, that's the fun part, is not knowing it. It's like we tried to predict the All-In card months ago, and I would have never predicted all the matches that we got. But Don Callis is heartless, and he turns on everyone that he supports.
Right,
and so I'm with you with like, Brent, what would you predict happens with this meeting? I mean, we saw the faces the Young Bucks were making when they're hugging him. Like, what do you see happening in the next month or two with the Young Bucks and the Callis or the Callis family?
Oh, that's a good question. Geez, that's gonna, I guess, be the fun, trying to figure out, where are they gonna go with that, or why is he trying to recruit them for, what reason? Especially, I love how Callis said he's like, and Kenny is dead.
He was putting the Young Bucks over nonstop. The best tag team in the world. The best tag. He kept saying over and over and over again. But I would love to see, as I mentioned a few weeks ago, an OG Elite reunion. And so, is this kind of the roadblocks to eventually getting the Young Bucks back to Team Babyface? I hope so, because like you said, Deb, like, these guys, you love to hate them, you love to cheer them. They're always, a step above or a step ahead of the creativity of things that they're doing. The V-necks get deeper and deeper every single week by Matt. But they are just incredible, and I'm so glad that they're back. And hopefully next week it is a deeper V, but I want to see them in the ring as much as possible, because that match, which we'll talk about shortly, was a lot of fun too.
Mm-hmm. Wait, can I say one quick thing? Do you know how we were talking about they're not EVPs, but then Swerve and Ospreay aren't EVPs on the thing? I was a little confused because, well, not confused, but last night when Swerve came out, he looked damn good. Like, he borrowed something from Jericho's closet and Shayna Wayne, Mama Wayne's closet. I mean, I love Sparkly. Okay, I am all about it. I think it looks fantastic. And he looked damn good. So I thought, oh, cool. He's going to be, doing this EVP shtick. And then today, wasn't it today? He tweeted that he's not an EVP. So I was like, oh, that's too bad, because I would really like them to, you know what I mean, him to really embrace it and not be a dick to like everybody, but just be a dick to the Young Bucks. You know what I mean? I think
maybe Tony Khan can grant Swerve or someone EVP status, because I mean, the storyline could be. I liked how the commentators mentioned, they put Tony Khan, they pile drived him, they did all this, so they're doing a great job resurfacing all of that. I would love to see a reunion down there. Swerve, what was I going to say about Swerve on the suit game? What I was going to say, Mindrunner, I know a perfect gift to get your lovely wife for next birthday or Christmas. If you remember what Penelope Ford was wearing at All In, it was glittery chaps. So some white glittery, sparkly chaps. So put that on the Christmas list.
Make them blue. I like
blue. Cubby blue chaps.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Cubby blue, glittery chaps. There you go.
Well, he'd be allowed to wear them on the show.
I will wear them on the show, absolutely. If we if SPD wins the draft, I'll put the chaps on. But if I beat SPD,
remember this.
All right, whoever has more points at the end of the season has to wear the chaps. How about that?
All right. Okay. Deal.
Absolutely. Speaking of well dressed. I thought it was a quick, to the point promo. MVP and the Hurt Syndicate first. MVP begging begging and acknowledging the issues with the tag team division, saying, somebody please come try to take these titles from these guys. Now, I think I love the presentation that the Hurt Syndicate is just so unstoppable. But there is, of course, we all have speculated on who it is going to be down the line that might be the ones to take it off. I think we'll talk about that storyline a little bit. But I love this double storyline here, this double promo where first MVP does his shtick. All Bobby Lashley and Shelton need to do is just stand there and look badass. And then it switches to MJF. And I like the way what MJF said. He's not going to be a stooge like when Christian had this contract and he was running around with it. MJF flat out said, I don't need this contract to beat you, Hangman. I'm going to beat you fair and square. I'm not going to wait and hide and sneak up on you. I'm going to beat you 1, 2, 3 in the ring. So I love that they're building up this match. I do hope that there's somebody else Forbidden Door before we get this. I think the MJF match should either be at All Out or maybe even Full Gear or something. Maybe Full Gear's too far away, but like, I want this feud to simmer because they have been feuding. MJF and Hangman have been at the opposite ends of the heel babyface spectrum since AEW began. Hangman was originally being pushed as the guy until Jericho came in, and they obviously said, "Oh, let's put the strap on Jericho." But if you remember, the two finalists for the All In Casino Battle Royal were MJF and Hanger, and they continue to down the line they continue to clash with each other, and this continues to be that feud that just I think just is awesome, and I'm looking forward to it. I thought this was fantastic, and yeah, I think that I'd like to see Hanger go after other people first, but this was great.
Yeah, I think you got to slow burn that. You got to definitely get a slow burn the MJF feud because that is definitely marquee for sure. And I mean, Christian held that thing for so long. Granted, he wasn't like dangling that carrot as much as possible. Like MJF's going to rub it in everyone's face for sure. But as you just flipped over the 8-man tag match, we kind of had a little sidebar debate with this with Crayfish earlier today and yesterday. Was the 8-man tags. I guess we'll throw it to you guys too, Brett and Aaron. How do you feel about the 8-man tag matches? Are they executed well? Are they overbooked? Is there too many of them? Like, what is your take, Brent, on 8-man tags that TK has been booking so consistently over the last few weeks? And 8 women tags, excuse me.
Yeah. See, they're very entertaining to watch, and I think it's a great way. I think it's a great way to showcase a lot of talent that you might not be seeing on a regular basis. And you could see different dynamics between, the different opponents. But I do kind of feel a little burned out about them, though, at the same time. So it's like a catch-22 for me where, like, I like them, but, like, at the same time, is it advancing any stories? And not that's not that important to me. But I'm just talking, and maybe others might think so. This is a weird. This one was just weird in general, like who they, put together. I think, but the wrestling never disappoints. So it's like, it's hard for me to decide. I'll take what I can get. I'm not going to complain about it. You know what I mean? I guess maybe one. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm so indifferent about it. I guess I can't make up my mind. Once they start going, they get pretty exciting. So it's, but when I see it, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like when it gets announced, I'm like, it's just almost a little overbooking. But as you said, to echo you, the entertainment factor is awesome. Like it executes 99 times out of 100 in a perfect way. But on paper, it's just like, oh, 8-man. It's like, what's going on? Are you going to have an 8-man belt next? So like, I think you should focus on, more trios, more tag teams. I mean, just looking at this, okay, obviously Hechicero came out and confronted Bandito at Ring of Honor. So Brody King and Alexander already had a match. Jet Speed is is becoming a more mainstay tag team. So are they going to have a one-on-one with the Young Bucks, which would be bonkers in my opinion? So, but we'll see. I mean, then we're going to also have an 8-man 4-team tag team match coming up on Collision, which is going to be great. The Gun Club is back on Collision, the Collision Cowboys. Did you like this match? Or Aaron, what do you think of the 8-man style stuff?
I kind of agree with Brent on that one, but I can do it. This was like the only one of the night, but we had 2. Yeah, this one, the main event. And then you also got Collision. Ain't there like 2 set up for Collision, women, female and male? I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think there's a screen like a fatal 4-way or something. Yeah.
Oh, the fatal 4-way tag. That's right.
Yeah.
But there's also another 8-man tag. So I'm okay with it, but as long as like next week we don't get like another or 2 more and then just keep going. But as Brent said, the wrestling never fails. I mean, this was actually my match of the night this night. This one right here was my favorite match. Bandito was fantastic in this match. And of course Jet Speed, Brody, and the Young Bucks too. What they were, man, they never fail. They come in and show out.
Everybody showed up.
I think yes, this will advance forward probably with Young Bucks and Jet Speed going at each other later down the road. But I enjoyed this match, but as long as it doesn't, again, like next week we have like 2 or 3 of them on the night, or I like to see some one-on-one matches. We might see some tag team. I want to see the trios division build up more. I mean, we got Guns and Juice Robinson back, Ricochet. So let's form a couple more trios for the trios division. So, but this was a fun match, but I just hope it's not just to get everybody on. I get it. That's what he's trying to do, but that's why you got Collision and Dynamite. You got Collision as well. Collision could use star power as well. So we could have had a good maybe one-on-one match with Bandito and Fitzgerald. That'd be great. So
that'd be awesome. I'm kind of mixed. I'm with you guys. It's getting a little excessive. Like, oh, there's going to be an 8-man, there's going to be a 10-man, a 12-man, and it might as well just have a gauntlet or a battle royal. But I think what TK might be trying to do is trying to cram in as many talent as possible on screen without losing time. But I know that at some point we got to push for that. He mentioned Shockwave as a 3rd show. Maybe he's trying to shop that. I don't know. It's one thing to. I hope it doesn't really take away from the individual talent. I mean, I thought a lot of the combos we saw were great, especially that final the way they actually destroyed Bandito at the very end. I thought was and Hechicero kind of lifted him up. First, Josh Alexander slams him, and then Hechicero lifts him up, and the Young Bucks do a super kick. I mean, that was like a 4-way combo. I just thought was tremendous. I also thought in the match itself, I thought this was kind of funny. They went to do the EVP trigger and they didn't know what to call it, and it actually cost them some momentum.
Exactly.
What do we call it now? Are they going to call it BT trigger now? I mean, they're not doing BT anymore. But I think I'm okay as long as it's not exciting. Here's the clip where I was talking about where they got Hechicero flips Bandito in the air, and then they Bucks super kick him.
Oh my gosh, that sequence was incredible. I was like, that was, and I thought that was just going to be shortly after it finished. But I thought that sequence was absolutely incredible with those 4 guys total.
Yeah, that was insane. I'm okay with the 8-mans as long as it's not excessive. I just wish that I think it might be hit time for a 3rd show or maybe another hour show, and maybe spread some of this love out. But again, if we're getting these kind of matches, twist my arm. I mean, what that's, to me, this is like going to the Texas de Brazil steakhouse, and complaining that there's too much meat, which I almost did, but it was like, it was delicious. So I couldn't, it's kind of like that. On this day.
Oh man, this is so great that Cope is back. And talk about here. I'm going to remove this banner because we don't want to keep cutting you off down there, Mind Runner. The return of Cope at All In was one of my highlights for sure. Because I was, every time we went anywhere in our rental car, I was blasting his theme song just because I was singing along with it. And of course, like as soon as that happened after the match, we're all like on the edge of our seat. We're watching. Like
on the edge of our seat, SPD. Did you just say on the edge of our seat?
Touche.
I see what
but
you did.
I loved this promo because as much as we all want the reunion of the Rated R Superstar and Christian, he had to remind us all and bring us back down to earth of everything that Christian did to him. And then once he's listing all these accolades, these things that he did to him, costing him the title, cashing this in and this and that, and, telling him he's going to be the father to his kids. And so like all these just disgusting things, like then you're like, wait, why would he ever Cope want to be partners with him, even though it's his best friend, which is not a shoot. So it's going to take a lot of redemption, a lot of finding himself, and a lot of vulnerability, and a lot of sacrifice for Christian to get Cope to trust him again. That shirt's awesome, by the way. So I don't know, man. After everything that Cope said, as much as I want that to happen, and I really, really want it selfishly as a fan, like it makes sense for him not to want to forgive Christian and reunite. Not yet. Yeah, it's going to take a lot.
Yeah, but that's the story, and I love it because it's drawing the whole thing out. Because now Christian's going to go on his redemption arc, but Cope's not going to trust him. And there's going to be he's going to be in a situation where he needs backup to stop FTR and Hurt Syndicate 2, perhaps. I mean, are we building up to what we've been saying, a TLC with the Hurt Syndicate, FTR, and Cope and Christian?
You have to start building up the tag division to establish some legit contenders. The triple threat match at All In played its purpose, and ultimately we're remembering what happened after the match versus the match itself. So you really, like you said earlier, the Hurt Syndicate and MVP, it's like, give us some people. So you have to start to reestablish some legit contenders. And I feel like we might start to see a little of that emerge on Collision, because we have that 4-way match set up with the Gates of Agony, the Guns. You have Leo Rush in Action Andretti, the Crew, and who's the fourth team member in that one? I'll have to look. Big Bill and Brian Keith. So, granted, Guns and Big Bill and Brian Keith already faced them. Did the Crew face Hurt Syndicate already? I don't recall.
I don't know.
The Crew?
I know they're hinting at it.
No, I don't think they did. I don't think
Okay.
so.
Yeah, All In, you built to that TLC match.
I think we're going to get a one-on-one match all out with Christian and Cope.
You think?
I think so.
You think they fight each other again?
I think they will, and this will kind of settle everything.
Okay, that's a good point. Actually, I didn't think about Cope and Christian. All Out, Steven says, is 9 weeks away, which is in Canada. It's crazy, man, to think 9 weeks is it really only 9 weeks? That's the end of our draft, and that is fall time already. Whew.
I think what would be great is that they have a one-on-one match, and then after the match, that's when FTR can come out and start attacking Edge. And then that's it's kind of like, should I not? And then the crowd's getting behind him, help him or something. And then all of a sudden he gets a chair maybe, and then maybe they both get the chairs and go after FTR, and then that's how everything gets settled. I think that'd be great.
I like it. I like the way you guys, because both Canadian guys, tear down the house in an awesome one-on-one match, and then you get the redemption story at the end.
Let's not forget about the matriarchy. I'm curious to see if Kip and Nick Wayne form a tag team and go after, could go after Cope and or whatever. Don't forget about the matriarchy.
I could see Christian or them trying to fight Christian. Christian's out there and like he's created so many enemies, he has to almost have to do a handicap match, And it's like we're all like wanting, come on, Cope, come on, be his team. And then it's just a handicap match, and Christian's out there by himself. Or Cope's on the ramp or something, comes out on the ramp, and then he turns around or something like that. So you're just giving us tease after tease after tease. And so I like the way you went with that, Aaron. What do you think of Stokely's reaction, Brent?
I thought it's Stokely.
He's playing his role perfectly.
Yeah. I think it was great. I think he's a great manager for FTR, that being heels and stuff like that, and him taking the fall there. That's hilarious.
He's going to be the sacrificial lamb for FTR moving forward for Cope. Yeah. That's for sure.
Definitely.
He's going to get a concerto. He's going to get more spears since he can't officially touch FTR because he's got 3 anonymous emails sent to HR.
That's right.
And I like to point out too another one that stuck it to WWE with Cope on his shirt, Legend spelled Edge, when they kind of weren't going to get the trademark to it, and I guess he was interested, and they bought it again. I guess, but then you can see him come out with Legend on the spelled Edge on the shirt. I didn't notice it at first, and then when after the show, someone pointed it out, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." So now you have Bryan Danielson with the yes, and then now Cope with Edge, because I'm sure he would have bought it and used it.
Yeah.
If WWE didn't do it. But.
After all that counter programming that they tried to pull too, I mean, and there were. Don't get me started on it, but yeah, I think that's fair.
Right. Yeah, there's that matriarchy. I'm curious. I feel like they need another member. They need Kill Switch back or someone like. As much as I think these guys are doing,
right there.
Mine is on a roll. We got to keep this going. Speaking of someone who's on a roll, that victory speech, she was just dropping the rhymes, dropping the riddles, and I love Brent. Give me your thoughts on this one. This follow up to her. Definitely one of the best matches of the night. Now she's still the champ, which we're all so stoked about.
Well, how about the just the way the lighting was and the shots that they had at the arena? Like, geez, look at that! I mean, it was just fantastic, and I think also the way they incorporated Athena coming in with her promo. I thought that was just neat. You know what I mean? And geez, I thought Athena's promo here was just badass. You know, I mean, this is going to be pretty exciting whenever it happens. But Toni Storm is just like, I mean, it's just so hard to like. She's just so good. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane. I mean, sometimes I think she might be the best part of like wrestling. You know what I mean? Just overall, like draw wise, and like, I've never heard anyone say, "Oh man, I'm tired of Toni Storm."
Exactly.
Yeah, that was I mean, I can't even remember some of the rhymes she was. Obviously, you know, the champ is still the champ, and other things she was saying. But yeah, that's just. That was the number one match I wanted her to win the outcome wise, for just selfishly. Like, of course, obviously Hangman there, and I felt like that was more of a given, just the anticipation. This was such a toss up to me internally. I definitely picked her for the bingo card, but the result could have gone either way. And we know how Mercedes has been doing such great stuff, and with her push, but man, this is such a great thing to have her continuing to be the champ, because there's no one like her. There's no one like this gimmick right now. And I don't know do you think we'll see Mercedes next week? Because you can't just like hide her away. You know, she's the belt collector. You know, I feel like she's got to come out and like talk some smack. Maybe we get a Mercedes Athena rematch beforehand, because she might interrupt Athena. I would love to see that. You know, before Athena gets into any programming with Tony, maybe Athena can dethrone Mercedes for the TBS title or something. You know, I don't know. The future is bright. We got Megan Bayne versus Tay Mello coming up on Collision this Saturday. So the women's division is definitely cooking. And we got Alex Windsor versus Taya Valkyrie as well. So two matches already officially announced for Collision. So that's another one of those things I was really hoping for. Anytime you have a surprise or a return, such as the Cope, the Juice, the Guns, the Windsor, like they got to be featured right away. That's one of my gripes is push them right away for continued programming for multiple weeks just to get relevancy. So I really hope we get a Juice promo, a Juice. If we don't see Juice on Collision, I'll be shocked and disappointed.
I agree. And Juice, you so need to stay feral.
I
you
know.
must continue to piss on everyone. Seriously. I get the serious wrestler, but dude, everyone loves, you know what I mean, the crazy Captain Caveman Juice. You know what I mean? And boy, if he could only just make a quick appearance here on our show and agree to it. But I don't know.
You never know. He might.
I know he's clean shaven now, so
yeah.
He's clean shaven and he's much more calm and sedated. I think they've got the thing. I'd like I think this is actually genius because what they're going to do is what they could do with this is have him kind of be very mellow, like, I've really changed, I've gotten the help I need. And slowly each week he gets a little more stubble and shows a little bit here, a little bit there. And then something happens in a match where I ain't never gonna stop being on people. That's what I'm gonna do. And then he just goes full. He goes full tilt Juice, and then the crowd. I mean, that tease kind of the same psychology of hiding the belt, in the briefcase, and then so that Hangman can then break it out. I'd love to see Juice slowly go full tilt Caveman. I think that would be tremendous.
Yeah, I miss the crazy juiceness for sure. What did you think, man? Victory of this one, but Thekla's first real big victory in AEW, and ultimately a possible formation of a new faction. I know. So, give us your thoughts on the match and the new faction that is forming.
I loved everything about this match. I don't want to say I overbooked, but I kind of had an idea what was going to go down. We got a hint of Julia Hart and Sky Blue helping Thekla. I've heard it both ways, but I really like that Queen Aminata is getting a lot of TV time.
She's doing great.
She's really become one of my favorites to watch. She's very brutal. In all the best ways. She's the one and only. Her line at the meet and greets was super long. I thought that was great. I like that we're building the Willow Chris feud, Statlander feud. It's going to be interesting to see if Marina Shafir is still going to be involved, or are they going to go a different direction? Is this going to be something where they eventually become friends again to face a greater foe? But this was definitely Tekla's to win. And I love the way that they presented her. I love I can't believe she's like 4'11" or something. Like I'm still surprised how tiny she is, but she makes up for it in athletic ability. The girl's got abs for days. That move where she was like hanging upside down and just kind of rose up without using her hands, just using her stomach muscles. Like, oh, I can't even do. I struggle with just 10 sit-ups, but that was incredible there. All of them look great. These are four of AEW's top women's wrestlers here. Definitely Statlander and Willow Nightingale are two of the main characters in the women's division. I thought it was fantastic, but there were so many great moments. I like how Statlander still has a bit of that heel. I don't know if it's heel or if it's just that she's like Jan Brady to Willow's Marsha. She's like Willow. She yoinked Aubrey out of the ring before Willow could get the pin, and they fought their way back. Tekla had some great moments. We had and of course we had Queen Aminata was getting the win, and then Sky Blue shows up, distracts the ref. Julia spits the mist, and now we've got the formation. Now, what I believe the official name, Aaron, you found out the official name is the Sisters of Sin. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. That was a
SOS.
That was a fan edit by Black Mass Design, which was pretty cool. But she came out wearing the shirt saying Sin. So
Right.
I think it might be their name, and I thought this was pretty cool and a pretty cool matchup here with these three. And I honestly thought Chris Statlander was going to win this match and build her up. Hopefully, she'll be built up soon, maybe with TBS or Women's World Championship. She's a great talent, but I'm interested to see where this Willow and Chris Statlander story goes in this feud.
Mhm.
And I thought this four-way match was a great match. And the ending, of course, with Julia and Sky Blue getting involved, that was pretty good. So we'll see where this faction takes us and what happens with this. I wonder if it's still setting up for women tag team titles.
I hope.
I'm hoping.
The division's deep enough right now, but someone also, that booking of Tekla possibly becoming TBS champ. Like, I think we're ready. It's time for set that TBS title free.
Yeah, and also I thought of referring back to Athena, Mercedes, and Tony. What if when Athena's going in to cash in the contract, what if Mercedes screws her and that sets up Athena versus Mercedes for the TBS title?
Almost like how Christian got. Well, I guess he did kind of get screwed over, but yeah, I would be all for Athena being the TBS champ, Tony still being the regular champ. So we'll see what happens. I think we'll start to see a little insight next week when Billy Stark goes head to head with Tony Storm, how eager Athena is and how quick she is to potentially cash that contract in.
Mm-hmm. And I just want to say this: Tony Khan needs to do an all women's pay-per-view. You got the roster to do it.
Absolutely.
I agree.
You got to do it. It's got to be done.
And
sometime next year or later this year.
I'd love
all
to see
women's pay-per-view.
Yep. I'd love to see. Brent, what do you think about Thunder Rosa versus Tekla?
Oh yeah, I mean, geez. Though I think they would probably put Tekla over at this point.
Yeah, but it would be a banger. It would be incredible.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, Thunder Rosa versus anybody is going to be a banger. I think these women.
Rosa, Brent's all for it.
Yeah, I'll take.
He is the general. He is the general.
General. You're her agent now.
Well, I'm not talking to you, SPD. I'm not being Prince Nana to you when I say bitch. But Okada comes out after a squash match. I don't even catch the guy's name. But,
I don't even know if they announced the name.
I don't think they did.
Jobber Jones got wrecked by Okada. And then,
I didn't have on my bingo card Swerve and Okada feuding, but man, that is a heavyweight battle for sure. So I am here for this, the bitch maker.
I love it.
I think the last few months, that is great. The bitch maker. I think that's a great T-shirt. Let's try to have AI or ChatGPT create something, and we'll tag Okada in there. But this is definitely something I did not see coming, and I'm all here for it. Like, I think Okada the last few months has definitely been on the rise and been doing some incredible stuff. Him winning was the absolute right move, regardless of what we thought of the match itself. I hope that's not the end of the saga between him and Kenny Omega, but this pairing with Callis is just going to reignite him, and I feel like it's going to be better than the Elite pairing because Callis is just so disgusting to look at and hear and listen and all that. And Okada and Swerve, wow, talk about iron sharpens iron. This is going to be an incredible feud, incredible match. I'm really curious to how this is going to go, and I can't wait for it. Definitely something I didn't see coming, and I'm here for.
As soon as this happened, I was like, take my money.
Yeah, exactly.
Swerve versus Okada. And I love how Don Callis came out with the Continental International title on his shoulder. I love that they're not going away because I love both those belts in the Continental Classic. I'm curious of when Okada drops one of them, does he lose the unified title as well and just remains whatever title he has?
I have no idea.
I know, it's so confusing.
You can carry the unified title if you lose one of them. So That's why I'm wondering where this is going.
I know.
I think this works though because you figure isn't Takeshita at the G1 right now, the G1 climax, and you've got Ospreay out for a while recovering. So this gives both of these guys something to kind of chew on while the other two folks are out. And then I could see Swerve and Ospreay coming back and start doing some tag team stuff. And then Okada, they're setting this up. Long-term storytelling. I think that Callis is going to start talking smack to Takeshita for not being as good as Okada, no longer being the alpha, start treating him like the stepchild, and then we're going to see Takeshita turn babyface and go against Okada, and that's going to be incredible.
All right.
It's time.
We'll move to the main event, and then we'll end with the. Thanks for selling that, Aaron. That's a great. He's already got the Bitchmaker shirt. We're ready. Put it on ProWrestlingTees.com. The main event, the Ultimate Trios Babyface team versus the Death Riders, and I'm okay personally with them still holding on to this Death Rider shenanigans. And I texted you all. I was like, Darby's coming out. This is where Darby is going to really start to ignite that feud with Moxley. And I was hoping for music to hit or him to come out or like have him in the balcony there, or that's just kind of like a doppelganger up there. And then the lights go out for 10 seconds and he's in the ring like magically. So it was like a fake doppelganger up there, almost like he teleported. So do like a wide angle shot and someone who looks like Darby, like the Doppelsting, and then lights go out and then he's there and then he coffin drops the Death Riders and then that pop would be awesome. Or he zip lines from the top there into
I thought he was
the ring.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one, the back and forth with all the wrestlers is great, and it's almost, it was a little cringeworthy because of just knowing what they all went through a few short days before on that. And so Moxley kind of playing that possum character, hiding for most of the match and then finally getting in his spots. But as always, our guy Will Big Willie Hobbs is putting on a clinic, and the guy is just can't say enough good stuff about Hobbs, man. Look at this trios. Talk about wanting to go to battle with any of these three guys in your corner. Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
So great.
Man, that's a great picture.
Yeah.
And I love that green gear with Hangman, the white and black cap right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Man.
And we got the old theme back too. Oh,
love that the old theme is back. I was so glued into the match Saturday that when he came out, I didn't even recognize it. I was so memorized and glued in. And then, a few seconds after the entrance, it was like, "You guys want entrance back?" And I was like, "Oh, that's right. What the?" I was like, so I thought it was great. I love that the old theme's back. I love that Hanger's back. With the AEW World Title, main event was awesome. Love seeing Buckshot Lariat and Hangman getting the win, and then Darby Allin staring down John Moxley. This feud, I am ready for. I'm curious though if Darby's going to get some backup with some maybe freshly squeezed, maybe.
They did mention
we heard his name. Say his name and he appears. Orange Cassidy, he got a thank you from Hangman going down the list of people to thank. So we got Brian in the chat. A little late to the party, but man, you missed a lot. If you get a chance, go back, rewatch the beginning of our show, the first 20 or so minutes. We had some awesome stories from the weekend down in Texas, some great pictures we were sharing. So it was definitely a blast to highlight. We're all on the All-In Hangover just because of the high was so high, and then now we're just missing that week, which we could redo it again very soon, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Mind, you got a super chat party?
I do have a super chat party. I think we ought to go. I'd love to go with the Bucks. Womp womp, but let's go with the We could go with the Tramp is still the champ, or we can go with everybody want Mina.
The Tramp.
The Tramp is still the champ. Here we go. Brava, brava, brava.
You know, I got an idea for another
That was
Super Chat
awesome.
party is our Dynamite Club Gold Bang Bang Gang, order of the Bang Bang Gang for a Super Chat party.
Yes. We'll have to get that going off the air. That afterwards for next time. That would be fantastic. And you know what else? I got another one. We need to have the bitch maker. Oh, we need to do a Mentos commercial. Ooh, doo, 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 wow. Bitch maker.
Funny.
The bitch maker.
That's great.
That's tremendous. Awesome stuff. And
Yeah,
I
also
love
you
how
said
this-
final countdown, Steven. I mean, Danielson, if he's going to wrestle, if he's going to get his redemption story there too, so that would be great.
I'm good.
Hey, now that was one of the loudest this chant.
I agree. I totally. But that was his redemption. We're done.
Man, don't hate on my boy.
Well,
Oh,
see,
I know, me too.
Everybody's got their favorites. Everybody's got their.
My boy. Next year in London, it's gotta be Osprey now. Gotta be Osprey.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
You gonna pack them seats out? It's gotta be Osprey.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, not everybody's an Orange Cassidy fan, right? SBD.
I'll be a bigger fan when he shows back up and starts getting me points on my team. But yes, that is correct.
Oh, that's right. Do we have the draft results?
Speaking of, we are going to do our +3 if everyone can make Tuesday night to do our +3 to add more to our draft. That's looking like that. So if you can do that, because we are post all in, as we said, we were going to add more wrestlers to our draft. So Tuesday night, we'll do a special show on that. And we could maybe talk a little bit of Collision if everyone's free Tuesday night. But mind, you got the updated standings?
All right, here we go. No intro for time. We're just going to go right to it. Look at this spread.
10.
But here's the thing. Between Aaron at 10 and Ranger Man at 20, that's just 10 points. As we know, anything can happen. We're adding 3 more. Look at the trickle down. Ranger 20, Steven 19, SBD 18. I'm at 15, Bobby at 13, Cray at 12, Brent 11, 10 for Aaron, 6 and 5. Anything can happen, and you pick up a decent. And now with Deb, the Bang Bang Gang is back. You know, a lot of these folks are coming back, and so we're going to start to see some more points.
Right.
And we've got a couple people out for a while, so there's some points in our
Mina. I have Mina, and she's out.
Yeah, I got Osprey, my number 1 overall pick, and he's out.
That's
But
right.
imagine if the Guns and Juice in a trios match get a win. That's 3 points for you.
You're right.
That's true. That is true. I'll take it.
Yeah. Speaking of, I think I got it. Hold on, let me see.
Oh, that's perfect. That is beautiful. One take, and we all crushed it. Yeah, that was perfect.
How good we are.
Do we even want to add any graphics to it, like Super Chat, or let's just let that one be?
I mean, it's good. I like it, man. Yeah. I can't believe one take. It turned out so great.
Absolutely.
Leave as is.
I hope you guys understand. As much as Bandito and Masquerada and Cuffle, everybody had a tremendous night.
Facts.
This was Hangman's night. And I think SPD and I both agreed. This was Hangman's night. He was our top performer for both of us. I get it.
You know he's mine. So
yeah,
right.
Can I say something too? Well, just really quick before we go. One of the things I loved about marking out with all of you this past weekend was I felt like we all turned 12 years old. Like I saw Aaron coming out of the photo shoot with Hanger, and he just led this big grin, like he just got all the candy from Halloween. Brent was just,
and he wet his pants.
He did. yeah. It fell in the pool. Everything. Brent was having such a great time. I mean, Brent was off the chain at karaoke. He was doing. He was Garcia's partner up there. It was fantastic.
You got to post that video on our YouTube. We forgot. I was saying before when you had your reboot, we got to post the Brent and Garcia rocking on our YouTube.
We gotta get that. And Deb was chilling in the pool, watching everybody go by. She was just being the spectator. SPD was like a prairie dog looking around, going, "Hey, there's a celebrity over there." I mean, SPD was all over it. He was
radars were on for sure.
It was on point. SPD was Mr. Smooth Operator. It was great. Everybody, all of us were having such a great time. I miss it. It was so much fun. I can't wait for the next time we do this.
There will be a next time.
I'm not going to London, but I ain't going to London.
No, I mean, like I said, it would be so much better logistically wise if it was, somewhere East Coast-ish / not LA or Vegas or anything like that. And it's more
I
of
could do Vegas.
Yeah,
well, the only downside of Vegas, I feel like it's another one of those, like it'd be all spread out, like so many different areas. So that's why I like the Dallas works so good because it was that secluded area in Arlington. It wasn't like downtown Chicago or downtown somewhere where it's like, where are you going to go? Or like, I mean, a lot of stuff to do, but Nashville will be cool.
I'd like Nashville.
Where Wrestle Dream is going to be at.
Yeah, we got to find out. Well, let's get some East Coast locations, please, TK. We've been good. Dynamite Download. We're mostly East Coast. Right. I think Aaron's probably the furthest west of all of us right now. So let's get some East Coast or maybe even I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I wouldn't mind something like that. But definitely we got to do this again, everybody.
Hey,
absolutely.
Show ever near y'all's area. If y'all don't mind someone crashing in, I'll fly out there.
Absolutely.
Sounds good.
Oh yeah.
I'll definitely do it. We can all link up again.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, to everyone in the chat, thank you for joining us. It was an awesome. A lot of you in the chat chiming in, and both on Instagram and on X and YouTube as well. So Ranger Man's over here on Instagram.
Ranger Man.
He said it was the best wrestling experience he's had. He thinks so. It was great meeting you, and don't get too comfortable at the top of the rankings there. So it's a dog fight. We're coming for you up there. You can stay in your gear and try to beat us, but we're coming for you, bud.
I think he's a legit superhero, man. I don't know. I believe.
Right?
I believe.
Oh, I know.
The Ranger Man of Steel.
I know.
Wow.
All right, folks. Well, hold on one more time, then we'll play our out. Well, one more time, and then I'll play the outro. So, because it's so good.
Yes.